Hello friends, my name is Kishan and welcome you in this video tutorial. In this video tutorial we are going to discuss about the Flyway versus Liquibase. Before that I would like to ask you a question: why we require a data migration tool? Database script we can manage manually, right? So why we require a Liquibase and Flyway kind of data migration tool? Well, so the key difference between a self-managed schema create file and Liquibase or Flyway is that Liquibase provides a schema change logs, that is record of a schema changes over the time. It allows the database designer to specify changes in a schema and enables programmatic update or upgrade of the schema on demand. There are a lot of benefits when you use Flyway and Liquibase, but when you use Flyway, then you can manage your migration script, or you can manage your versioning of your migration script using SQL file only. But if you go to the data migration tool like Liquibase, and if you go to the home page of the Liquibase, then they have given database migration. In Liquibase you can have a different format. You can write in XML, YAML, JSON, SQL as well, right? So Liquibase gives you a lot of flexibility when you compare with the Flyway. And one of the most important out of the box feature in Liquibase is that when you apply any changes on the database and after that you want to roll back it, then Liquibase provides you a command to roll back those changes as well. But Flyway does not provide you such kind of command. So if you use Flyway, then as a release manager you need to go and undo the changes or roll back the changes, whatever changes you apply once. That's the major difference you should keep in mind. You would choose to use a schema migration tool when you want or need to automatically manage a schema updates automatically without losing data. That is, you expect the schema to change after your system has been deployed to the long-lived environment, right? So when your software version getting changed, suppose your software version you upgrade from version 1 to version 2, there might be some Java changes as well as some database changes, right? So when you want to upgrade your database changes from version 1 to version 2, and that's the where Flyway and Liquibase comes into the picture, right? So if you ask me which is your favorite tool, whether that is a Flyway or Liquibase, then my answer would be that depends on your project, what kind of project you are working. So if your project size is small and if you are using single database, then I think Flyway is good one. But if you are working on the enterprise application and if you are using more than one databases, like your project is using MySQL, Oracle and some other database as well, in that case I would say Liquibase would be the best option, because when you create a data migration script in Flyway, then you have only one, you will have to write your migration file in SQL itself, and SQL is, we know that SQL is database dependent. When you write SQL in MySQL, that might be different how we write in the Oracle, right? So you will have to maintain different database script in case of Flyway. But when you go to the Liquibase, then heart of Liquibase is the changelog files, and that changelog files you can write in different format, right? Here as we have discussed, right? And suppose if you write a changelog file in the XML format, then this XML format is valid for all database across. Suppose today you are using MySQL and tomorrow you are going to use Oracle, then same this changelog file is gonna work for the Oracle as well. Or if your project is using more than one databases, right? MySQL as well as Oracle, then you don't need to create a different changelog files for different database. Same will work for the all databases. So basically your changelog file in Liquibase is database independence. Guys, what I am expecting, you would have watched my previous video tutorial, right? So I am talking about the in context of my previous video. In previous video we have seen how we can integrate Spring Boot with Flyway as well as Liquibase, and these are the very important database migration tool. These tools basically gives you opportunity to maintain your different versions of your database script, right? So this is basically versioning that will basically maintain the different versions or different copy of your database, right? And if you want to apply your database changes in the incremental fashion, right, when your software upgrades from version 1 to version 2, then in that case these tools are very handy, right? So I will request you to go to the Flyway website and explore. Depends on your database, what database you are using. Flyway supports handful of databases. You can see the list over here, and through the globe, a lot of developers are using Flyway these days. And now Liquibase is more, as I said, more flexible in terms of writing the changelog files, and that is valid for more than one database. Liquibase is an open source database independent library for tracking, managing, and applying database changes. It is built on the simple premise all database changes are stored in the human readable yet trackable form and checked into the source control. When you want to upgrade your database version from version 1 to 2 without losing any data, then here comes the Liquibase, right? Now Liquibase supports a lot of features like merging changes from multiple developers, multiple databases, right? You write your script in the form of changelog files in the form of different format, and that is valid for the different type of databases as well. That also managing production data as well as various test data sets as well. That is one of the great feature of Liquibase is cluster safe database upgrade, right? So that's what if you go to the documentation, and here if you go to the documentation section, then here you can see internals. So basically Liquibase creates two table for his own purposes. Something is called database change log and database change log. So basically when you apply your changes on the different environment, then Liquibase makes sure you that if you apply the changes on the one environment and lock is basically acquired by the first environment by deploying on the first environment, then that is not going to basically corrupt your database. And first table, basically database change log, that keeps track of the all changes, change set has been applied till it on your database. So that basically records change, and in database there is in Liquibase there is a concept of change log. So change log, that is nothing a tag, and inside this tag you write what kind of SQL file you want to be generated from this XML, right? So here you can say we have a different tag, right? Create table, create constraint, a lot of. So here basically this change sets basically we have applied to create a table, right? So basically every change set, you might have a lot of change sets in a single file, and every change set basically execute in the separate transaction, right? So I will recommend you to go to the Liquibase website. They have given all kind of details over here. If you click on the different, now you can see the documentation they have given. Changelog files can be written in the different format. What is change sets and all, everything they have given over here. Liquibase commands they have given, like you have a update, rollback, diff, SQL output, etc. How we can run Liquibase on different, how we can run on the command line, and Maven, Spring, servlet listener. So basically servlet listener, when you want your application at the time of application deploy, if you want your database scripts should run by using the Liquibase, then you can go for the servlet listener. CDI environment as well, there are a lot of, and they have given internals, means these are the two tables. Basically why Liquibase creates these two tables, they have given the complete description over here, right? So in quick start section they have given the template, how is the template of changelog files and all, how we can add the change set, everything they have given, right? And how we can run the change set using the command line argument, everything they have given. So I would request you to go through this Liquibase website, and they have given complete details over here. In best practices they have written a lot of things, how we can follow the best practices. If your changelog files is too huge, then you can break your changelog files in the small chunk, and for better management. So that's what we have given over here. So I recommend you to go through these two websites, Flyway as well as Liquibase. And of course your Liquibase is good one when your project uses more than one databases. If your project size is small, then you can suffice with Flyway. So that's all I have in this video to discuss, guys. So thanks for watching this video, and see you next video tutorial.